Thanks again for making time for us to be able to present to you. And we're talking about the future of work and the changing face of e-commerce in a marketplace-driven economy. As mentioned, our previous SaaS business, one called Business Catalyst and acquired by Adobe in 2009, was built as a global solution with content management, email marketing, e-commerce, blogs, forums, customer service tools as an all-in-one solution with our go-to-market through our channel partners, web developers, digital marketing agencies. And during the acquisition and after the acquisition by Adobe, and spending time looking at the landscape of commoditized SaaS solutions in the e-commerce and content management space, I noticed a very common theme that existed throughout, whether it was our own product at that time, Business Catalyst, or others such as Commerce Cloud, previously called Demandware, or BigCommerce, Magento, also acquired by Adobe, Volution, Shopify, One Shopping Cart, the list goes on. All of these solutions have been architected as one-to-many, one store owner and many customers. And as we've seen over the years with successful sites such as eBay, Hired, and other job portals, of course there's Upwork, Odesk, Elance, Freelancer, Match.com, OkCupid, we have our Amazons, we have Alibaba, Etsy, Facebook, LinkedIn, the list goes on. Intel's DevMesh, Hallmark's Keepsake Ornament Club, both powered by Platform OS. All of these are architectured as many-to-many. The technical term being polymorphic models. Lots and lots of objects that connect to lots of other objects. And this many-to-many approach allows for multi-sided marketplaces far more effectively and easily. In fact, that's the very nature of the architecture, is to ensure that you can have many providers, many different customers, a thriving community, and ultimately the marketplace owner. In most cases, that will be you. We've broken down the major categories of marketplaces into what we call the 4 Ps. There is a 5th P here, not as commonly used, so let's focus on the first 4, and that is people, products, places, and projects. The idea being that on Platform OS you can create your own people marketplace, similar to Freelancer or Upwork. For products, whether they're physical or digital products, you might want to build your own branded version of Amazon or Etsy or eBay. For places, being able to do geolocation and build your own Airbnb of X, or your own desks near me, or Uber or Lyft. And then for projects, there is being able to build your own version of Facebook or LinkedIn or Meetup, and being able to have that capability. And then the hybrid, where you might have people, products, places, and projects all in the one marketplace solution. This 5th one, the partners, is the ability to white label whatever product you build on Platform OS. That may be a marketplace, it may be a CRM system or a learning management system, who knows what. But having the ability to create a master franchisee model on the platform is also important for those who want to leverage that kind of go-to-market and business model. There's tens of thousands of collaborative commerce, collaborative e-commerce, and collaborative economy solutions on the market. The sharing economy is a word that's to a degree been hijacked by corporates. Sharing in the true sense of the word, altruism, non-for-profit, that type of approach isn't a word we would like to put on most of the types of marketplaces that we power. Collaborative commerce is more the approach, and the collaborative economy is where we're seeing leveraging across industries, competitive and non-competitive, and creating collaboration, and the tools on which those sorts of collaborations can occur are embedded inside Platform OS. The types of objects that you can build within Platform OS could be anything. You could have your own private or public, or both private and public communities built within Platform OS, and create any kind of schema or data object with its own attributes. So the idea is that you can create data objects and relate them to each other, and then have actions applied to those objects. So objects can have actions. Those actions could be rent, share, time-based billing services, auctions, bidding, buy, sell, video conferencing. The actions can be built according to your needs, and you may have many different types of actions depending on the workflow that you've created within your marketplace. And then ultimately a transaction. So objects can have actions and may or may not have a transaction attached to that. The transaction being, here's my credit card, I'd like to pay for that time or hire that dress. Or you could use corporate points, crypto, whatever type of transactional means you would like to, you can do so. Ultimately, Platform OS has APIs for everything. We are firmly focused on the future of the web, and the future of the web is not the traditional monolithic software as a service model. It is APIs for everything, and people who are using monolithic software are getting to a point now where they're going, we need to expand, we need to integrate. We've got so many moving pieces and bits of integration happening now. It's very difficult for us to control, and we've recognized that that future needs to be in your hands and not be tied into or painted into a corner. So being able to provide the API layers, but also allow you to create your own APIs with your own data models, and also support multi-cloud and have be infrastructure agnostic, allowing you to deploy to Amazon Web Services or Google Cloud or Azure is very important to us. So APIs, being infrastructure agnostic, being able to also enable cross-platform integrations with not just other services running on Platform OS, but other API-based systems. And then we have a predictive analytics engine, which can be turned on in due course. Usually you need a lot of data to create meaningful data models, but we have a predictive analytics engine and a patent on that, which ensures that you can leverage that marketplace data in time. So let's take a look at some case study examples, and we'll flick over to our first one being Intel's DevMesh. And you can see here that we have a site not dissimilar to Facebook in that it's very community focused. And I might want to find an Intel developer who's part of DevMesh anywhere in the world. And we use the Intel single sign-on. We have single sign-on support for literally every SAML, OAuth, Ortho, One Login, LogMeIn, etc., or traditional email and password. And in this case, for Intel, they required single sign-on through the Intel Enterprise Login service. And then our developer community can connect with each other. Very similar, as I said, to Facebook. But here's the benefit. Intel wanted to own their data. They wanted to be masters of their destiny when it came to building their community and not beholden to a large social media platform. Now, they still use social media platforms, but now if they can drive their user base and build their community on an extremely powerful and flexible platform, they're able to take control. And in this case, the users, the developers all around the world are uploading their projects. They've created projects that in some cases they ask for collaborators. In others, it's just highlighting, hey, I've created this digital cane for the blind. And now Intel at an enterprise level have access to all these incredible projects that are being created. People can also create groups, public, private, secret groups, asked to join, create secret groups that only certain members in the community can access, follow various topics, and Intel have also moved their technical blog to the Platform OS powered solution as well. So what could be next steps? Well, the great news is that all of the code for this platform is available for Intel, so they could have their own internal developers or our own team extend and expand on that functionality. Let's go have a look at another business model. This is really quite amazing. The Hallmark Keepsake Ornament Club is a member-based community where you need to be a paid subscriber to access the content, and then people will share the content that is relevant to the Keepsake community. And they've got over 70,000 members. They follow various topics, very sticky, highly engaging, video content as well. And they have both online groups as well as that they have offline physical clubs that people can join. This is an entirely subscription-based service where subscribers pay to subscribe and get access to exclusive content and can engage with other community members, artists, and directly with Hallmark. UiPath is one of the fastest growing technology companies in history. 1 billion valuation in March 2018, a $7 billion valuation in March 2019. Who knows what that valuation is today, but exceptional growth and based on annual recurring revenue. Their requirement was to have two parts to their marketplace needs. One was a digital product marketplace where developers could upload the code that is then downloadable based on the type of code that it is. Let's say I need a machine learning model, and I want to download that and integrate that into the UiPath enterprise tools. And that's totally controlled and made available to you through the UiPath Go solution. The Connect is for people, projects, MVPs, and companies. MVPs, most valuable professionals, and people are all inside the Connect marketplace. So I'm able to find other robotic process automation professionals, people that have registered and are part of the very large developer community of over 45,000 members, and that's in 12 months that they've grown that, quite exceptional. And again, they have some really amazing business needs that have been accommodated through Platform OS, such as gamification, the ability to have badges, and very specific to UiPath's needs around badging. And this allows them to grow a community of trustworthy developers that can then be identified and maybe engaged to provide their services to other companies. But yes, both companies, people, and digital products accommodated through the two access points, marketplaces built on the Platform OS solution. Switching gears a little bit, WeDo is a products business unit inside Spark. Spark is the largest telco in New Zealand, and this is pretty analogous, so it's exactly the same in terms of the objectives to Thumbtack or TaskRabbit, where I need to get a quote from a service provider. So think of this as a marketplace connecting me, a customer, with a service professional. Now, they started with a minimum viable product, and their objective was to have a Net Promoter Score of 35. They launched and got a Net Promoter Score of 65. They then expanded their offering of services, and they then expanded their marketing. They had launched with an expectation to drop a little bit from the 65 Net Promoter Score. They actually got 93. Extremely exceptional NPS, which they put down to the usability and obviously the quality of the solution that they built on Platform OS. So if I wanted to find an architect somewhere in New Zealand and I need them to do my concept drawings and 3D modeling and whatever else, I can go through this process, click next, put in my address, and it will send an alert to those service providers who will then reply. It's not necessarily the person with the cheapest quote that gets the job, it's somebody who's got good ratings, good reviews, timely follow-up, etc. And that's a new business unit that has been very successful for Spark. Looking at a startup example, and for those enterprise clients who are doing innovation and entrepreneurship inside their corporations, looking for Horizon 2 and Horizon 3, this also makes sense. So as a startup, such as the Vault, or a startup inside an enterprise, being able to deploy a high quality, scalable, flexible, powerful enterprise grade solution and then grow based on user feedback and change the user experience is really important. And the Vault did exactly that. This is a dress rental marketplace, which, like Rent the Runway, allows me to find a dress in my size 6, and let's say I'm looking for a Zimmerman dress. And this is started by 3 lady lawyers, quit their day jobs and decided they wanted to build a marketplace. They have over 100,000 active users per month. They are, for the most part, bootstrapped for the first 18 months, 2 years, and now they are going gangbusters. So the entire process of allowing people to put up their addresses for hire, the logistics and supply chain of pickup, delivery, return, as well as payments and splitting payments in, as is the case with marketplaces, completely powered by Platform OS. Another example of a large marketplace which is multilingual and in particular is right to left is Decura, which allows for the search and purchase of homeware, furniture, etc. And that just is a highlighted example of right to left language capabilities. Let's now focus in on some important aspects to any platform that you might choose to develop on, and that is SEO. So we'll get up an incognito browser and we'll look for a spare desk in New York City. And this example is real-time, showing you right out of the box in an incognito browser that Platform OS provides exceptional search engine optimization capabilities, which is important for anybody, enterprise or otherwise. What we see here in the organic listings is desks near me is the #1 organic listing, and that is powered by Platform OS. And let's look at another example of what Platform OS can do. A search engine marketer identified that these were some long-tail keywords that should be optimized for desks near me to get the right and relevant traffic for people looking for desk space rental. Think of it as Airbnb for office space. So now let's look again in my incognito browser, so Google doesn't know that I've searched for this previously. New York leases workspace for a day, and we see in the organic listings the top 2 spots are desks near me. And we can see that other competitors are also on the first page, but Breather and Liquid Space raised over $30 million. Breather, also significant amounts of money. Platform OS has an exceptional best practice approach to SEO, something we share with developers and have documented really well. And what it enables is for these search engine friendly URLs to automatically inject content onto a page. We have full creative control over the design, but based on the URL and those keywords, we can inject onto this page blog content, products, services, ratings, reviews. Whatever content is accessible in the back end can be then injected onto the page, related links, all the metadata, and obviously keywords with links back to other pages is vitally important. So let's just change this to Melbourne and we'll see what happens. And now we have a landing page that is optimized for Melbourne, lease and office space for the day. And our search engines love this approach. It's all white hat. There's no black or gray hat SEO going on. There's some really cool things that we do on our servers, on the server side, to ensure that we get exceptional scores when it comes to SEO. And in particular, making sure that you get 100 out of 100 for your search engine optimization scores. Anything in the green is good, so between 90 and 100, but if you're getting less than that, and you can use the Google developer tools to do a page speed score to check your scores out, what's important is the underlying technology itself, and for Platform OS, our own documentation site you can't get better than 100, right? So that's an important aspect to consider. Something else that we do is we have different modules and functionality that we can embed into different sites. You'll see here I've got a little video profile. This is a test example, and we can embed video. We can embed video functionality, which is also mobile compatible and works across devices, so that as part of your community, video should be considered a vital part for trust. So let's say we wanted to embed, and obviously we have control over the user experience and the design, but let's look at this little demo. We have a script. We can control the auto cue speed here, and when we then when we record our video, we can prompt the user. So as part of an onboarding flow, and it may be a progressive onboarding, we might not throw this up in the face of a user who's registering for the first time, but at some point we might encourage them to add a video profile recording to their profile. And 3, 2, 1. Hi, my name is Adam. I specialize in designing and building marketplaces. I look forward to being part of the community and learning and sharing my skills. It stops. Let's just play that back. Hi, my name is Adam. I specialize in designing and building marketplaces. Looks good. If it doesn't, I can start over, and then I simply upload it. And again, from desktop, from mobile, any device that supports the recording of the video could be then used in adding that profile to a user profile. Other solutions have actually been built on top of Platform OS, like a content management, email marketing, e-commerce solution called SiteGlide. Fully functional, extremely powerful, and covers all of the functionality that small, medium businesses would require. And this solution has been built on top of Platform OS. So in terms of being able to build not just a proof of concept or an MVP, but also being able to build an entire community site, whether that community site requires subscription, digital products, multiple service types, logistics of pickup, delivery, multilingual support, including right to left, being able to have exceptional SEO and have your pages found based on the keywords that people are really searching for. Also, of course, video integration. Platform OS provides that full capabilities, as well as then in the longer term being able to leverage your data to incorporate with our predictive analytics engine. And the predictive analytics engine looks at peer groups. We're looking at reciprocity between people. So are people connecting more than one time with each other? If they are, how often? Let's look at the time series data. Let's look at who they're connecting with, how long for, over what duration, how many other people are in that peer group. Are those people are also interconnected with other peer groups? So we're looking for peer group leaders and peer group spreaders, and that being able to make predictions on who are those people we should get a message to at what point to have the most influence across the entire network of interrelated and interconnected peer groups. Ultimately, we have exceptional documentation across everything that we have built. We are very proud of our documentation. We won an award which was provided to us in 2009 and was awarded by the UK Technical Communication Award service that has been going for quite some years, I think just over 30 years. So we're very proud of our documentation, and we're very proud of the product that we've built, and we look forward to hoping and connecting with you to be able to power your marketplace, SaaS product, or any innovation and proof of concept products that you might be building internally as an enterprise, or even as an entrepreneur that's wanting to get started and compete in the global stage on a platform that will provide you with the power, the flexibility, the scalability, and the reliability that you expect for your business, and be able to do that on Platform OS #1 and deploy on the infrastructure that you are most comfortable with. So thank you. I look forward to hearing from you. You can see our contact details here. Please reach out to myself. Even better yet, reach out to Colin Frost, our Director of Sales, and colin.frost@platformos.com is ready to follow up and take next steps with you. Thanks very much for your time, and look forward to seeing how we can help add value to your project and your business ideas. Thanks again.